One more. I'm trying to be clean. 1, 2.
I've got to laugh for miles, 'cause I got hope and smiles. I am an idealist who believes in the world. I believe in choices. I believe in positives. I know we can reverse the crisis.
Another thing, we're creating a creative arts district right now, working with the state.
Oh, wow.
To make Aberdeen one of the first in the state, which will open the door for funding for banners, art programs, street art, things like that, that just aren't available right now.
Yeah.
Let's see, one of the organizations, I'm the president of the Harbor Art Guild. and so I've talked them into, originally they had a gallery that was really hard to keep filled. Now I think our goal is more about putting art in the community.
Yes. So
we are creating a park here in town in front of the senior center, which is, it's already started. There was an old chunk of sidewalk that's been removed about 50 feet. I guess the city made it bigger. We didn't know they were going to do that, but they did, because the sidewalk was more damaged than we thought.
Right.
Ripped it all out. We're putting 4 game tables there that are
cool.
that are going to have chess tables on them, and each game table will be covered by a tree created by a set of artists, mosaic tile trees, and then in the middle will be a big serpentine bench, which will have large bright art on it. And it's the first time a citizen has ever had any control over the sidewalk in the city of Aberdeen. So it's a process that the city engineer and the Parks Department, we're all just learning the process.
Oh, wow.
Because, so we'll have to have insurance on that artwork, and we'll be in control of the artwork until we deem that we don't want it anymore, and then there'll be a process to try and remove it probably, or switch it over to the city control. But
that's interesting.
That's just one of the things that getting art on the sidewalks and making the sidewalk when you're walking down the street, community benches, active music going on. There's just so much that we're working towards all that.
Right.
Yeah.
And that has a lot to do with putting Grays Harbor on the map, putting Aberdeen on the map in the state of Washington, or Western Washington, as being a art center.
Right.
Absolutely. And I think it also goes to the issue of traffic, getting traffic to actually stop in the downtown area, and getting people to walk on foot and visit the galleries and visit other businesses. So that sounds like that project is, supporting that goal.
Right. And the Creative Arts District that the state mandates that it has to be a walking district.
Okay.
You have to be able to walk park your car and walk and see.
Yeah.
And once it's all on paper, you see that we really do have a lot of art hidden downtown.
Right.
And we're adding more. And then future contests and things will bring more as we have local artists compete to build art pieces. Another part that the Aberdeen Art Center is involved with is a Glow Festival. Is an event that we came up with. Aberdeen Rain Glow Festival. We started it this year as a fundraiser for the senior pocket park to help raise money for that. So we did raise a chunk of change. We wrote a bunch of grants and found out that the foundations in the harbor who support these kind of activities have been dying for this kind of thing to happen. So they want to support it and give us money. All we have to do is ask for it. And then, and what this event does is takes a city, a downtown that people think is uninhabitable at night. We had thousands of people downtown this year. At night, families with their kids, all dressed in glow outfits and lights and music and entertainment and fire dancers. And it was just a wonderful chance for the young people in our community to see that there can be exciting art kind of things here.
Right.
Things that make you want to stay here, and things that you can't wait for it to happen again.
Right.
Yeah, so that's when I was a kid, we could go dancing. There isn't anything like that now. What do the young people, high school and college kids, what do they do?
Exactly.
You know,
Yeah.
we don't really have things. So having events that are not just for little kids or for the old people who sitting at the bar drinking,
Right.
but for those people in the middle who are disenfranchised from the community.
Right.
And what do they do when they get older is they leave, just like I did.
Yeah.
And there's positive to that and negative. Negative is that most of them don't ever come back.
Right.
And they take all their talent and their love and their desires all with them.
Yeah.
I came back because I was kind of forced into it, but I thought, you know, I think it could work. And my goal is that they never want to leave in the first place.
Right. Right.
And if we offer enough for them, change this pounded into their heads and mentality that everything is so negative here on the harbor. It's not. I mean, it's a beautiful. It's like living in a state park.
Right.
It's like this. You just can't.
It is.
This is so beautiful here, and there's so much art opportunity. But I think they just need some mentoring, some guidance, get them going in the right direction, and young people. Well, just, you know, another thing that we do is phantom galleries. We put art in the vacant windows downtown.
Oh, okay,
And,
yeah.
At this moment right now, the one building we had art in sold, so the owners have blocked those windows, so we can't do that any longer. The other one we still use off and on. We will be having our prison show there this spring, and you know, that's another thing. There's a huge, wonderful cadre of artists up at the prison, state prison. We went last year to the show, and I was flabbergasted. The talent, you know, some of it was scary.
Of course,
and I thought, you know, I wouldn't show that. I thought about it, and I think that's censorship, because that shows I think we have to show it all, because there's it shows that there's some kooks. Yeah. But there's some really fabulous artists there.
Yeah.
And so our goal is to get some of that art out of that prison and get it down here where people can see it and see that, you know, because there are artists living here on the harbor.
Right.
You know, maybe not the same accommodations we have.
But still, it's important to show the whole range of human experience through art. And, you know, and that includes involving the prison, involving the schools, and all of the other.
College.
Absolutely.
I think Grace Harbor College right now offers them an art program, but that's as far as it goes. So we want to take that art and get it out, and then sell that art, and then supply them with art supplies with that money. So it'll be a win-win.
Wow.
Plus, it dresses up some of our empty storefronts. You know?
Absolutely. Yeah. Do you work with local area? Does the Aberdeen Art Center work with the local high schools and middle schools and elementary schools?
Well, I'm on the high school art advisory commission.
Okay.
Or committee, and we meet a couple times a year and talk about the events and what we can offer, and work with some of the art teachers to bring their students down here every quarter.
Wonderful.
We have field trips, and they come down and look at the art, and I talk to them a little bit about art opportunity, and most of them don't give a hoot, you know, kids. But if something sticks, there's always a few kids in there that are really, you know,
they're
want to
artists.
hear what's going on, and you just know they want to get involved and help, and they really appreciate that there was an opportunity. And just like all things in school, there's always a bunch of kids that, you know, they're just dicks. They don't want to do anything. Get them out of here. I want those kids that there are enough out there that
they're committed.
really want to do something.
Yeah.
And we had that help with our Globe Festival and our kids. We had one of the 8 exhibits was Underwater World, and it was created by Aberdeen High School kids, and one from Hopeland High School joined them. And as part of their senior graduating community service projects, they get their 15 hours by creating this and manning that event, and it's all a fundraiser for the senior park. So it's a win-win, and they're all excited, you know.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
So I'm loving the programs that are coming out of the Aberdeen Art Center and how innovative they are. You know, what do you have like any goals besides realizing some of the ongoing projects with the mural and the senior park? Do you have any other goals that you'd like to see the Aberdeen Art Center fulfill or accomplish in the next 5 years, like by 2025, let's say?
Well, I would like somebody else to take over our Glow Festival. It's a big, huge endeavor, but even this year it's going to be a lot larger than it was last year. No, you know, our goals are to continue bringing artists together and make the building more self-sustaining.
Of course, yeah.
So, fortunately, we paid off in a couple of years, so we don't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
And then getting younger people, that's one of all the art organizations on the harbor. My big goal and challenge for them is, you know, you have to start mentoring young people at an earlier age and get them involved so that, you know, like the Eagles Hall that was here before, it started off as kind of middle-aged, younger, became all old people, and then there was no kids. So
right.
They died, you know, and if you don't get that younger generation involved,
yeah,
you're going to lose them, and you lose a lot of opportunity,
right,
that would have been here if they'd have stayed.
So definitely longevity, you know, building a art community that has longevity.
Well, and it has, longevity and sustainability. The art center that we opened in California and started it, you know, I'm not there as a director working at it all the time. I volunteered my time for that. So they don't have these huge mega shows that they used to have. But still, there are several theater groups still using. There's theaters in the building that weren't there before. There's 2 art galleries that weren't there. And it's the hub and economic driver for that community is that building.
Yeah.
And that's just an incredible legacy to know that I had something to do with that.
Of course.
And it'd even be better if we could get that here.
Yeah.
And you know, just think of the hundreds of young people you will save from a lot of misery.
Yes.
If they're happy and they find something to involve themselves and engage in the community.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, volunteerism. I'm all about volunteerism.
Me too.
Whatever. I'd love to be paid, but I'm going to do it even if I don't get paid.
Oh my gosh. So if people want to reach the Aberdeen Art Center, where would they go?
Well, we're on Facebook, and AberdeenArtCenter.com is our website. Our landing page has a ton of wonderful information.
Excellent.
It has other places to guide you. We have a Friends of the Aberdeen Art Center is our back page, and there you can link to any gallery and organization that has any kind of activity in the arts here on the harbor. We try to have it all there and link to them so you don't have to go somewhere else and find it. Right. Yeah. And we would like to post their events, but getting them all to send us stuff, if you don't have a volunteer reaching out to them every month asking for, then they usually are too busy to remember to submit.
I was just going to ask you, how can people get involved in the Aberdeen Art Center? You talked about they can volunteer. What are other ways people can get involved?
Well, you can come to any of our First Fridays, and I'm always here, and David, my partner, is here, and either of us can help guide you. Yeah. And then we can also and be more than happy to help if you want to get involved with the Friends of the Museum, or you want to get involved with our Aberdeen or the Mural Project or any of these things. We're actually looking for somebody right now that we have a gallery at the hospital, the Healing Gallery, that was created. It's one of the it's a real unique way to get artists up at the hospital. I do the lobby art and the hallway art in the hospital, but then our Aberdeen does the Healing Gallery, and we're looking for somebody to head up that program. Our coordinator just had to leave, her mother's dying. So I'm going to help assist with keeping it going, but we're looking for other people to do that right now. So that's a great, fun project. Yeah, that sounds like... Anyway, so we would be glad to guide you in any direction you need to go in. Anywhere other than out the door. Right.
Oh my gosh, there's so much opportunity for art here on the harbor and with the Aberdeen Art Center. And again, look at AberdeenArtCenter.com and reach out here to Doug Orr. Is there anything else you want to say before we end our show tonight about the Aberdeen Art Center?
Buy local art 100% of your dollars support the artist instead of the big corporation somewhere else. All your money stays here on the harbor and helps all of us.
Oh, I love that. Buy local art, support local artists. And thank you so much, Doug Orr with the Aberdeen Art Center. And of course, we will have you on in future shows, especially about art and community and expression and politics, because there's so much about art that we can talk about.
Well, thank you, Felicia. Thanks for having this show too, and
Absolutely.
providing me with an opportunity to get our message out to the community.
Absolutely. And you heard it from Doug Orr. Juxtaposition, yes, grassroots media for Grays Harbor, by Grays Harbor. And I'm Felicia, and this is Doug, Aberdeen Art Center, and we will see you soon.